Is it working?
I
Is it
think it's
working?
on.
Okay. I actually like this is why we ask, are we live? Is this thing on? We actually need verification if this thing's on. Are we live? Is the chat saying anything?
They said you're going to draft a bad team today.
I don't draft bad teams. Bernie, be Kurt. I believe we're live. I believe this thing's on. I think we're live. I think we're live and this thing's on, and I look ridiculous with this fucking hat. But let's go. What's up, Disco Ball Nation? It's your boy Disco with a ridiculous hat, and this is my guy Bernie. He's won one of the DraftKings, like the equivalent of the mini DraftKings tournament. He's brilliant. He's smart. Shout out to Damar Hamlin because that game helped this guy win a lot of fucking money. Bernie, I've had you on here before. It's always been a slice. It's always been spectacular. Thank you to Spike Week for lending us, one of their biggest nerds there. And thank you for coming on and showing us your spectacular tools because this is exactly what people need to take their drafts to the next level. So thank you for coming on. Talk to the people.
Yeah, I'm just really excited for it to be August. We are in the heat of hot best ball summer. It's going to be a great time. I'm excited to show off a little bit of the tools. The last time we talked, we just jumped straight into the draft. But so today I'm going to just kind of show a little bit of our portfolio management tool over at Spike Week. If anybody's interested, hit me up and I can help you figure out how to sign up there and get going over at Spike Week. We also have a overlay for during the draft, but we're not probably going to take a look at that here today. So it's going to be exciting to show some stuff off.
Do you want me to pull it up now?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, cool. Talk to us.
All right. So anybody out there, if you have any questions along the way, let them rip. So this is our Draft IQ tool. So what we can see here is it loads up all of the teams that I've drafted on Drafters right now. So I have 147 teams so far through all of the Drafters tournaments for this upcoming season. I have 78 teams over here for the $15 million three. How many teams are you at so far?
I think I have 92 million threes. I've maxed out one of the minis, and I have 70 plus in here. Hold on, let me pull up the exact numbers. So I got 72 minis in the current mini, this mini 2, 92 million threes, 150. I maxed out the first mini.
Yeah. So what this tool I have up here, we have numerous tools. We'll see a couple of them. What this tool does is it helps me understand what my build structures are. And it allows me to compare and make sure I'm doing what I want and I'm being intentional about my drafts, but also see what my opponents are doing. So a lot of the times I focus in on things like roster build. So Disco, what's your most common roster build, do you think?
2, 6, 10, 2.
2, 6, 10, 2. Okay. So I only have 5 of those. Only 5 of those. 6% of my teams. You can see here that I am a 2882 person. Like this is just what I do most of the time. That's my default. And I know it drives some people nuts out there, but I am leaning very zero RB. We can see my zero RB percentages up here at 24%.
Oh, it's cool
now,
that they show that.
Some of the things that people be like, oh, well, I do zero RB. I don't take a running back for the first 3 rounds. That's not zero RB. You're lying to yourself.
Yep.
We define zero RB as no running backs in the first 24 by ADP. So this is degenerate level sicko shit if you're getting zero RB at 24%.
Yeah.
What I'm going to flip over, I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my opponents now that we saw that. So I'm at 33% 2882s and 24% zero RB. So I can look at all of my opponent exposures. So in the drafts that I was in, Jug Sports, we'll be drafted in a minute.
Yeah, definitely drafted.
We're just showing off a couple tools available so you can figure out and understand what you're doing in comparison with the field. So I can see that my opponents, so this is looking at all 11 other teams in my 78 drafts.
Yeah.
My opponents are doing the 3-6-8-3 thing 26% of the time.
Okay.
How often are they doing my favorite structure, the 2-8-8-2? 2% of the time.
What was mine at 3%? Yeah, mine's at 3%. That's not bad.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
not at all.
that's cool.
Because like it kind of builds on some of those conversations we've had in the past of, hey, this tournament benefits you when you're different, and you're gonna have to get different somehow in order to win this thing. Because there's, I can't remember the exact number, 50,000 CMC teams. Well, what does my CMC team look like compared to yours in the other 49,000 or whatever?
Yeah.
And then if we look over here, only 4% of the teams are doing 0 RB. True 0 RB. So I'm smashing that number out of the park.
Yeah.
And so there's a whole lot of different tools like that we have available. I also want to show so the other little tool, and I dropped screenshots of this around quite a bit. I love our draft board tool that I can just pull up and I can see my exposure to every single player.
Oh, that's cool.
What player do you want to know about that's maybe not on the screen, Disco?
I'm trying to see where Tyler Algier is. Is he on the screen?
We'll scroll down. No, he's not there. We'll go find a Tyler Algier.
I thought you liked Tyler Algier.
Oh, I do, but this is by ADP order.
Oh, snap. Okay. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay, Tony Pollard. Let's look at Tony Pollard.
No, Tyler Algier over here. 38%. I have him on 30 of my teams.
Jesus. So is that because you like him as a player? Like, is this a player take, or is this simply because when you go with your 0 RB builds, he's usually available when you start smashing RB?
Yeah, so I start smashing RB. When James Conner was a little bit later, it was basically James Conner through Algier to Mitchell that I'm just hammering every single time. So you can see all of those RBs besides like shitty ones like Nick Chubb. Even I have a little bit of Nick Chubb, like just because he fits 0 RB teams. So yeah, they're all those guys. The other cool thing I can do in here is, so like, let's say you're like, what do my Tyler Algier teams look like?
Yeah.
In that last view that we were on, I could put them in there and I could see what kind of build structures, everything. But while we're on this view, I'll just drop in Tyler Algier and I can take a peek and see, okay, I've never taken, I have Tyler Algier on 37% of my teams. I've never taken him with CMC. If I think those two people might be a combination you need to win this tournament, I should probably get one of those or two. We can see I'm pretty well spread out with some of the other folks with Tyler Algier. But like Rashee Rice, I have hit 11 of those teams together. So maybe the next time I'm up, I'm like, maybe I'll take Marquise Brown over Rashee Rice when I'm playing a Tyler Algier team or something like that. I can also do this. Disco, well, I can add up to 4 players here. Yeah. But I can also look at what my opponents have done.
Okay.
So
just the ones that you've drafted with, though, right?
Just the drafts I'm in. I can't see any data that I couldn't go on Drafters website and look at myself.
Okay.
So it's all exclusively me. But like, you like Ja'Marr Chase, right?
No matter what, unless you hold out.
All right, so let's take a quick look at Ja'Marr Chase. So this is going to be what my opponents, so in my 78 draft, the 11 other teams, when the person with Ja'Marr Chase, what do they do?
Okay.
Holy shit, they take a whole lot of Saquon Barkley. They take a lot of Jonathan Taylor. They take a lot of Achane.
Okay.
Look at how distinct all of these running backs are. The brighter, the more illuminated the color, it's on a gradient scale, the stronger or the more often people are taking that person with Ja'Marr Chase. So look at these tight ends. Over here, they're taking these tight ends with Ja'Marr Chase. Only one person has done Sam Laporta with Ja'Marr Chase in my drafts.
Not gonna, because like the combinations is like the most interesting aspect to me. right?
Yeah.
But carry on. We'll get to the combinations later. This is super cool, but keep going, please.
Yeah, I mean, that's all. That's mostly what I had prepped here. What I'll sometimes do though is I'll show one more that I wasn't planning on. I'll come over here to opponent QB combos.
Okay.
And what it does is it basically looks at my opponents and each quarterback. It shows how often they're pairing them with their teammates.
Okay. How many?
So
Okay,
stacking in general.
Yeah.
So the Josh Allen teams, 37% of the time, they're taking that with Keon Coleman. 24% of the time, Curtis Samuel. I don't think I'm hovering over these and the players' names pop up. I don't think they're showing on your screen, are they?
Yeah.
Okay. So this one is this wide receiver 3 here is 34% with Khalil Shakir. So
Okay.
I can see nobody's taking Jalen Hurts' third or fourth wide receivers in my drafts.
Rightfully so.
I mean, Johnny Wilson's getting some buzz.
I mean, it's training camp.
Yeah, sure. But you get my point.
I get it. I get it.
You can come in here and you can see like Lamar Jackson and Zay Jones relatively low
Zay Flowers.
compared to these other elite quarterbacks and their wide receiver ones.
Okay. Okay.
Only 12% Lamar and Zay.
Okay. Yep. Okay. I get it. Does it show tight ends there? Where's the likely?
Tight end and is over here. So Mark Andrews would be 57% and likely would be 28%.
So getting that stack is not giving you a unique advantage no matter the ADP, right?
I mean, one thing doesn't make uniqueness. It's how you layer all these things that we're talking about together that helps you build that team that's just different than the other teams. Like right now, it looks like Lamar and Mark Andrews is just the most common combination out there.
All right. So James is asking, basically, do you need to have a stack to have a shot at winning? I don't think that's what he's saying, but be Kurt, please answer and elaborate.
Can I look it up real quick?
Totally.
So in some years, you'll absolutely have to have a stack to win. There was a team 2 years ago that was riding with Jalen Hurts
and AJ
as their quarterback, but I don't think it was stacked.
Because I was looking at the last year's placing lineups, and if I'm not mistaken, there wasn't a lot of like major stacks and major correlations. I've been telling people it's a
yeah, there was.
Who?
The Cowboy stacks.
Okay, yes, Dak and CD, but that like I'm talking. So there's stacks, and then there's like the full team correlations. You know how people try to get like, okay, well, I need like 4 levels of correlation here, and I've been trying to tell people that like micro stacks are more valuable than the other stuff. But yes, please do what you got to do.
Yeah, I was trying to find the team from 2 years ago, but it looks like that's going to be a little bit easier said than done. Oh, it's in this article here. So this is the team from 2 years ago. So they had. Do you want me to blow that up?
Yes, please.
Oh, God so bless. 2 years ago, the guy had Jalen Hurts, did not have Devonta Smith, did not have AJ Brown, and did not have Dallas Goedert. Huh. He just freaking got an elite quarterback that scored all those touchdowns in the 6th round.
Okay.
So you can get the number 1 quarterback in the 6th round. You probably don't need to stack. But good luck finding that there this year.
There's a couple players that come to mind, potentially. Should they fall?
Yeah.
Potentially.
Snowman mentioning Lamb and St. Brown last year. Yeah, that was one of the top teams. Was the number 1 team was AJ Brown, Lamb, or then the other one was a Lamb and Devonta Adams. So you didn't win the whole thing with Lamb and St. Brown last year.
Oh, I like it. Fact checking. I love it. I love these tools. I want to keep referring to your tools as this draft goes, right? Because
Yeah.
every time I do my bully tight end, or like every time I go with like a Jamar Chase, Cooper Cup, Debo Samuel start, I'm always curious how many people have that particular combination of three players. That's the one that I find the most valuable to have information to personally. But all this information can be utilized properly. Yes,
Yeah.
JC, this thing's actually on. It's actually on. It's working. It's working.
Yeah, and that's just it. This is just data and information. Like you, the drafter, get to figure out how you want to weigh these things in today's market to find your edges and find your advantages. So that's the really cool thing about our tools. Like you can be a total zero RB bro like me, or you can be a super robust RB drafter and it still works for everybody. Just however you use it and what edge you're going to find with the tools.
Gotcha. So what's the beef going on with you and Bayou Bengal? It seems like there's like a little passive aggressive energy going on right now. Oh, look,
I think he's just mad because I don't follow him. I think he just wants me to follow him, and I'm not a follower.
He's curious what your exposure to A.T. Perry is currently.
A.T. Perry. Well, moving forward, it'll be 0. But let me see what I got on A.T. Perry.
What's up, Quasi? Good to see you, Quasi. Jug Sports says he likes the hat. Thank you. Felt like trying something different. I don't know, feeling kind of fucking cute today or something. You know what I mean? Bernie, are you ready to queue? There's a little bit of a stream delay. Okay, so go ahead and queue. There's a stream delay. I'm in. It's 2 out of 12. Go. While you do that, I'm going to tell the folks what we're doing and where we're doing it and how they could do it too, and all the cool stuff that Drafters has going on. So give me 2 seconds. We have just queued up in the Drafters $1,000,003. This is not a mock draft. This is a real money draft with real money implications. How much real money are we talking about? $2.5 million in total prizes. 500,000 Dollaruskis goes to first. It's total points format. Most points win. It's best ball weekly scoring from weeks 1 to 17. 12 teams draft. There's a fast and slow. It's a $15 entry. You get to max out with 150 lineups. There's also the new second drafters mini 2. The first one filled, so this one is looks like there's still plenty of opportunity. It's a $2 investment. $25,000 goes to first. $125,000 in total prizes. Not bad for a $2 investment. It is best ball format, which in my humble opinion is the most convenient way for you to draft. You have 20 rounds to fill your roster for depth. Each week, the starting lineup is composed of the following positions: 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 flex. At the end of the week, the best overall performances on your roster will be submitted to your weekly matchups. So no more leaving points on the bench, no more waiver wires, no more trades, none of that garbage. Get that garbage out of here. Sign up today using promo code DISCO, and we will double your initial deposit dollar for dollar up to $100 Rooskies. Also, there's a great Drafters August promo, and they're going to keep rolling out weekend promos. Like, these guys just love taking care of the folks and, take advantage of the overlay. But here are the promos. Draft 10 consecutive days, and you'll get one $1,000,003 ticket and a $10 pick'em ticket. Draft 20 consecutive days, get 2 $1,000,003 tickets and a $20 pick'em ticket. Draft 30 days, you get 3 $1,000,003s and a $30 pick'em ticket. It's pretty gnarly, pretty sweet. And today they just rolled out the season-long pick'em. The season-long pick'em.
Hold this here.
So tail this. Hold on. Let me turn off the banner for a second. I made this today. I put $6. You could win $600 by tailing this. If you put $6, make sure you use promo code DISCO, double your initial deposit. I absolutely smashed the Derrick Henry over. I smashed the David Montgomery over touchdowns. Dak Prescott, we're taking the under. Jane Daniels, we're going over 550 rushing yards. Breece Hall, we're going over 1,050 rushing yards. James Cook, over 925.5 rushing yards. Jordan Love, over passing yards. CJ Stroud, under passing yards. Let's freaking go. What do you guys think about my pick'em ticket? All right, we're here. Our draft's filled. Ralph Wiggums, you know him. I didn't know you knew him. You're over at the 102. Snowman 089 at the 103. Brought at the 104. AP at the 105. MVP Jug at the 107. Luck is made is in here. Cool. Shout out to Luck is made. He's at the 106. Yours truly at the 108. Quasi at the 109. Kismet at the 110. Carl Ramrod at the 111. I don't know who the last guy is. Airstream Dreams. Who's Airstream Dreams?
Not sure, but they just got in a room with us, so they're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
lose.
Good luck. Good luck. So,
Um,
so we just gotta tell Luck is mate to come check us out on stream. Like he's drafting with us. What's wrong with him? Come say hi. Please
Yeah,
go
like I
ahead.
said,
Sorry,
good
I've
guy,
been
good guy.
talking for way too long.
Shout out Ralph. Ralph is from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Great place. Your neighbor. If you're in Ontario.
It's a little far. It's a little far out there. It's just a little out there. We're like 7-hour drive away from Michigan. Where I'm at.
Okay, well, that sucks for you. Are you flying down to the Expo or are you driving?
I'm driving. I'm 6'8", and there's no way I'm paying for business class. Not happening. Not happening, sir. I'm driving.
So got a request for some Jamar Chase combos. Let me get that pulled up. I'll talk you through it.
Okay, so the only combo I care about is Jamar Chase, Debo Samuel, and Cooper Kupp because I smashed the heck of a lot of that at the beginning.
Yeah, that's so Jamar Chase is with Debo and Kupp. Ooh, let me see. So that 3-player combination, it happens. You see here. It's happened one time in my drafts.
I have 8 of those combinations. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that.
Yeah. So one of the cool things about it is like what I showed you all in the Draft IQ tool. I actually have that on an overlay. It's part of the Spike Week package. I can see all that data that's overlaid along with my draft room. I don't have to keep flipping back and forth to that other screen. So I can see like I'm on the clock with CeeDee Lamb here. And so I can see that like I have him 0% of the time with Chris Olave. I have him some with Malik Neighbors. I have him some with Achane.
How has Olave fallen this far?
Well, I was hoping Ralph wouldn't like him, but probably just because Neighbors is better at football.
Even with Daniel Jones?
You just heard me. I said it.
I heard you, but I want you to clarify, sir. That is a crazy statement. Yes, he's.
Would I like to have them both? Absolutely, but okay. I had to choose, and I'm going to take Malik Neighbors. There's some other cool things Malik Neighbors lets you do in drafts too.
I'm listening. Yeah, make your pick. I don't want you to have a bad draft. That happened the first time we had you on. So
I always get distracted when we're talking in draft.
I know. Sending him in right now. Shout out to Kyle, man. Kyle, hurry up and sub to the kid. What's wrong with you, bro? A couple guys missed it. More like Airstream Nightmares with how he could get sniped. True. Quasi's in there. Kyle Ramrod will snipe anybody. He'll even take what was Tucker Kraft. He'll even snipe Tucker Kraft just for the sake of it. Sorry, my bad.
Okay, so somebody asked a question. Harrison and Neighbors?
Yeah, how many people have Marvin Harrison?
Pretty rare. You're probably a Spike Week sub already if you have Harrison and Neighbors together, because we're about the only community that's willing to pull Neighbors around. Harrison and Neighbors, 0 of my opponents have done.
Okay. See, guys, this is good. This is good. This is real good. Now the real question is this. Okay, here's the real question. These tools are absolutely incredible, right?
Yeah.
There's no clear-cut way on how to utilize them. They're there for the drafter to take advantage of, right?
Absolutely.
How can people purchase them? First step. And shout out once again to the folks from the folks from Spike Week. Thank you guys for lending us Bernie and B. Kurt, and thank you guys for allowing us to display your incredible tools because these are absolutely incredible. How can people, one, find these Spike Week tools? 2, how much is it? Is there a promo going on for these Spike Week tools?
All right. So You can go to spikeweek.com, just combined together, and then there'll be a spot up in the upper right-hand corner that just says subscribe. We offer a couple different options for folks. So both tools come together. That website, that's the portfolio manager, and there's like 88 billion things I didn't even show you. That and the overlays, you can see all this stuff together on top of your screen here. That comes in a one package, and it's $40 a month. So it's a perfect time if you're like, man, I don't know, Bernie, should I do it? Well, we got about 1 month to go here.
Yeah.
Might be a perfect time to try it out for 1 month and see if you want to keep it.
Yeah.
Or see if you want to resub next year. We also do offer a yearly plan, which is at a discounted rate off of the monthly plan. So it's $300 for a year. And this not only works for football, works for hockey, works for baseball, works for basketball, every single best ball sport. The 3 main best ball sites it works for.
Oh,
all of that together, $40 a month.
That's incredible. So if you were like doing UD, man, Carl Rama just went ahead and sniped me on Sam. You didn't want him.
You didn't want that anyways.
Yeah, I did. How many
even if
people
you
have
did want it, you're
Travis
wrong to want it.
Question: how many people have a Travis Kelce, Sam Laporta start? I am the bully
Not
tight end
many.
king. I make it work.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
My opponents have that 8% of the time.
Oh, it's not that rare.
No.
Let me say. Go ahead.
8%. Let me rephrase that. 8% of the Travis Kelce teams have Sam Laporta. It's not 8% of drafts.
Gotcha. Noted. So that is very rare. Shout out to the Sports Addict guys. If you like free money, this guy literally posted 3 free baseball bets today, and they all fucking smashed. If you like free bets, if you like free money, follow Sports Addict on X. This guy's absolutely brilliant. He doesn't miss. Okay, he does not miss at all. 88 billion. Who counted them? Good question. Broadster says that. He's done the Harrison Neighbors off the rip, like at the start. He's done it 3 times, and he's not subbed.
Well, you would fit right in.
Yeah, you would fit right in. You're a sicko. You're a freaking sicko. I hear my dog's fighting. It's cute.
Let me see here. I think we're going to go with Big George.
That's a good
That'll
value.
open me up to a Justin Fields, so we aren't going to turn that away.
So we are higher on Justin Fields than we are on Russell Wilson, correct?
I can't be higher on Justin Fields than Russell Wilson because I wouldn't draft Russell Wilson. It's impossible to be lower.
I like that. The fact that you look so disgusted with that question makes me happy. Makes me very happy. Vaporware says, I want a lifetime membership to all the Spike Week tools by winning Eric B's NCAA March Madness pool. I'm a huge fan. Sweet, man. Vaporware, I've seen you here all the time, and thank you for stopping by. And you know what, man? Once again, like nobody's trying to gatekeep this entire space. Shout out to the folks at Spike Week. Shout out to the folks at ETR. All the folks, Billy Gableman and his team. Shout out to all the folks. The only thing that matters here is Drafters Fantasy. We fucking love Drafters Fantasy, and I want to see everybody in here do well and succeed. That's why we bring on special guests like Bernie to show you guys these unique tools that give you guys these incredible advantages to take your drafts to the next level. So once again, Bernie, thank you for coming here.
Because in the end of the day, we're spending real money to try to win life-changing money.
Yeah.
Well, can we give ourselves an edge by analyzing our portfolios, analyzing our opponents' portfolios, and figuring out the ways to win all this money? Because that's what I'm here for. I want the money.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
I like your community, so that's why I'm here tonight.
Yeah,
in general, I play best ball because I want the money.
Yeah, for sure. It is a pretty sweet community. Let's be honest. I hear that they talk crap about me a lot. Those Spike Week folks just can't stand me. I'm kidding. Totally kidding.
I don't think that's true whatsoever. We talk crap about other people, though.
I don't think they know me.
No. we talk shit about the Saquon Barkley drafters. Let's just be
Why?
honest.
What's wrong with Saquon?
Have you looked at his advanced stats and how they're deteriorating throughout his career?
No. Tell
Yeah,
me
they
more.
are.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Yes, they're
I don't
deteriorating.
have it off the top of my head, but when I looked it up, it was enough that I go, I'm not drafting him. Then a couple other smart people I talked to brought up the same point without me bringing it up. And I was like, okay, this is real. We're not drafting Saquon Barkley. I have 448 drafts done for this year, and I have 0 Saquon Barkley shares that I clicked. I have 1 I auto drafted.
Really?
Yep. Undraftable. Especially second round for a guy that's falling off the cliff.
So that time, that there was a time period where Saquon was kind of like getting pushed to like later in the third, like middle of the third. That's the.
Could I get him about where Amari Cooper goes? Just after Etienne? I'll take him there.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit after Etienne, I'd take him.
This is bothersome for me to hear, sir. This is bothersome for me to hear. I'm not saying I have a lot of exposure, and I'm not saying I'm very high on him, but it's like I also love him. So, decisions. I don't really care about ADP too much. I know Xavier Worthy's there. I just look at the utilization that Keon Coleman will have on a week-to-week basis. And also, I don't think Xavier Worthy is going to be absolutely spectacular. I'm sure he'll have a couple spike weeks, but I'm not drafting for spike weeks here. I'm drafting for the ceiling and the floor at the same time. And I think Keon Coleman's going to be one of the best rookie wide receivers this year, probably the second one to BTJ. So,
all right. I fully agree with one thing you just said, and I can't stand the other. So let me take a pick here, and then we'll get into it.
Tell me it all. I want this debate. I want the smoke.
I know, but I want to make sure I don't miss my pick again here, like I always do. Okay, this is an easy one. All right, so the thing I agree with, ADP is just this myth, this social construct all these people get stuck in, and it absolutely is pointless. Just the most absolutely stupid shit you can do is just draft off the list presented to you. Well, damn.
Jameson, over
switch and look at the wide receivers right now.
Yeah,
look at the wide receivers.
Ladd McConkey, he's right there.
Injured.
Ladd McConkey.
Quarterback's also injured.
Okay, so like I need to clear the air there. I think people are panicking way too much on this plantar fascia situation.
I'm not panicking. I'm just. It didn't make sense here.
Fair. Okay, fair.
Because
but make your pick. Make your pick. A couple people and like we're parking lot this Saquon Barkley situation because the chat wants blood. All right, like yeah. James SEO, he usually never gets freaking livid. He's like have to love that Eagles O-line. That should help. Two Fat Guy says behind that offensive line, the best offensive line he's ever had. They want blood.
Yeah, well, guess what? You can't make chicken soup out of chicken shit. That's what my 7th grade wood shop teacher used to tell me.
Okay. So ADP.
How do we know their offensive line is going to be good?
Well, they've been good historically. Yes, they lost Jason.
They lost the Hall of Famer from it, and then we're just expecting the guy that's making all the calls, setting up the tush push, doing everything. If we miss the Hall of Famer,
I think you guys good again. Don't get me wrong. Jason Kelce, spectacular player, Hall of Famer, but an offensive line is a unit, and that entire unit is solid. That entire unit is very strong and very spectacular. Okay, we'll take my guy Zamir White here. I love Zamir White. But yeah, that entire offensive line is great, right? I don't hate the fact that Jason Kelce is gone.
Even if you liked Saquon Barkley, the player, the strategies, like Saquon Barkley is this dude's 4th He already has 4th running backs through 7 rounds. You're not going to win this tournament doing that.
Okay.
So, like, let's say you liked Saquon Barkley. You have to do it in a way that is going to give you an opportunity to win this tournament. And you have to win this tournament with wide receivers. You could make cases for different allocations at different other positions, but if you only have 2 wide receivers through 7, you're not winning this.
Fair.
Like Sleazeball tried to win with something like that the other day on a stream, and it did not work. He can tell you.
Yeah, you thought he was auto drafting, but he wasn't.
I did. Yes.
Sleazeball says, "I'll take all bet that Saquon smashes," and I want to shout out this one individual who came, and thank you, Sleazeball, for getting this guy, and he's mad at me for sniping him. I'm sorry. These are my streaks, sir. Kyle Lindemann, if you guys did not see his NCAA clutch, like that was one of the most epic finishes I've ever seen in NCAA football, period. Shout out to Hawaii. Shout out to USC not being able to tackle. And shout out to the perfect clip. If you guys haven't seen the clip, you guys got to go find them on X. Go watch that clip. It'll make you smile, especially if you like football video games. Shout out to Kyle making it here. Yeah, I smashed freaking the pick for Coleman. And I can't believe Brian Thomas Jr. fell to me where he fell to me. My receiving core is...
I almost took him when I took Jameson.
I know. I don't know why he fell to me here. He got pushed so far. What's his ADP? His ADP is... Oh, 9.
Didn't we just say ADP doesn't matter?
No, but like it's good to see the values, right? It's good to see if they fall past value.
Everyone's like, oh, there's a value. What does value mean? How do you account for it? Does it help you?
Because the vast majority of the fantasy football field are slaves to ADP, right? So if a lot of people are taking him at ADP or ahead of ADP, if you get them at a discount price for like 8 to 12 picks, that means you have a better advantage than all the other drafters here on Drafters Fantasy who have them.
But here's the thing. Dorito and Updog last year were negative in ADP value, finished 1st and 2nd.
Really?
Yep.
Good to know. Good to know.
So, like, I'm not arguing it's probably not helpful in ways, but it's not like this end all be all bullshit that people just like rant about. Oh, I gotta take him. He's 6 past ADP. I'm gonna get him. It's gonna be great. Like, yeah, it's useful, but like, get over yourself. Just pick the best player that's going to make the best impact on your team.
Left that out. I had Updog here twice, probably 4 hours combined with both shows. I've had him up here twice since he's placed 2nd there. He has not mentioned that to me once. So I'm gonna.
He's a really humble guy, that Updog.
He really is. He has a lot of humility, and he also knows that he's the shit. He's finished 2nd in this tournament a couple of times, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's finished twice, I think, in 3 different tournaments. 2nd. 3 tournaments 2nd.
Okay, guys, send your questions in, all right? We don't get Bernie a lot, so when we do, we want to overwork him and exert him until he's sick of us. James SEO says...
Andre Swift, and I don't ever take him, but continue.
Yeah. James SEO says, how about DK Metcalf? What is his outlook this year?
I like him. He plays wide receiver. He goes early, which is good. But a player like DK Metcalf is always in my player pool. Always in my player pool because he can easily lead the league in touchdowns. It's just within his range of outcomes until he slows down. Geno played well last year. A lot of people like to shit on Geno. It was more an offensive line issue than anything.
Yeah, but Geno could be missing a little bit of time, right?
NFL Network this morning said it was like a nothing, but I didn't look to see if he practiced today.
Okay. All right. Any other question? Sleazeball says he will bet 1,000. I think like out of what he wrote here.
I'll bet you $1,000 he is not on the winning drafters team. Sleazeball. Let me know if you want that action.
Like first place or top 10?
Yeah.
Just
first place.
Okay, he bets.
Don't take the bet. It's a shitty bet.
Sleazeball. He is betting. Okay, take the bet, Sleazeball. He like stand on business, right? If we're going to use all these like culture vulture terms, stand on business, sir. Holy shit. He's saying This guy, Saquon Barkley, is not going to be in the number one lineup this upcoming season here on Drafters Fantasy. Do you take that $1,000 bet, or do you tell him, shove it, sir? I don't like those odds. Doesn't Sleazeball typically auto draft? More often than not. He always gets auto picks, though. Everyone's saying Gabe Davis is killing it. Killing what, Camp? I hate Camp.
Gabe Davis, good football player.
I see what you're doing here.
What, are you not a Gabe Davis guy?
No. I was last year, and he was great for me last year in best ball.
Yeah, he was perfectly good in best ball. Everybody's like remembers him as being bad in best ball. He was fine.
Yeah, best ball he was good. Redraft, he was atrocious.
Yeah. So we actually have developed this metric at Spike Week. It's in our best ball stats. It's called Spike Score. And Gabe Davis did really good in Spike Score. So what it really does is it compares every player against the other people in their positions. And it tosses out all their bad games compared to whatever the mean is, the average points per game scored. And then it looks at how many standard deviations above the mean the player was every time they were above the mean. So if they were one standard deviation above, they have a spike score of 1. There were 2 standard deviations above, they have a spike score of 2. And it's like measuring these players over the course of the season. And Gabe Davis did really well in spike score. And we care about that more than something like historical points per game or points in a season. It's a best ball metric where a lot of people try to use these redraft and dynasty metrics in best ball, and they don't make any sense.
I like it a lot. Sorry, I'm
all right. You took Mr. Brooks, huh?
I had to.
You don't have to do anything.
Yes, I do. I like him. I think he's got spectacular upside. I think he's going to be good down the stretch. I got 2 RBs that I can count on with Travis Etienne and Zamir White. In my opinion, I think they're both great players. Jordan Brooks, I think he's going to come on slow, but down the stretch, he's going to be really, really good for this team in this lineup in this universe.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I think Sleazeball is out. He says 1 out of 900 or 9 million. That's a lot of zeros. I need commas, sir. Odds. Oh, well, okay, my bad. That's like 10-1 odds. Yeah, I agree. I'll take a rack 1,000. He's a top 5 running back. Okay, top 5 running back. Do you think he's going to be a top 5 running back? Do you want to take that bet?
If you're taking him in the second round, you need to be him to be the top running back.
That is a bad bet. Don't do it. 1-1, not in the top 10 teams.
You would not do it because I don't want to bet. I'm not a better guy.
Yeah, Sleazeball has so many bets with so many people. I hope he collects. I really do for his sake.
I just like best ball. I don't like. I'll put in pick'em slips on occasion, especially if there's a promo. But I'm not like running to take the over 48.5 or whatever on a game. Just
gotcha. Oh shit! James SEO is saying I'm thinking about. He's thinking about taking the $1,000 bet for top 5 RB. James, this is USD, buddy. You're Canadian like me. That's what 1,400. That's 1,400 Canadian, sir. That's a lot of money. I love Sleaze. I love Sleaze. One thing I will say about Sleaze, like, say whatever you want about him. This guy sticks to his guns and he stands on business. And I respect the hell out of that because he does stick to his guns. And if he takes the loss, he'll take the loss. And if he doesn't take the loss, he will let you know about it. And that's how it should be, right? That's how it should be. I love it. Keep that energy, brother.
So what's your build looking like here, Disco?
Like what build am I going to finish with at the end?
Yeah.
I'm thinking 3, 6, 2 tight ends definitely, and the rest wide receivers. So I'm sorry, my math isn't mathing right now.
I think that's a 3-6-9-2, but I could be wrong. It's been a long day.
Something like that. Yeah, 3-6-9-2. That's That's the build I'm looking for. Are we going to show your tools to see how many people that you've drafted with had the 3-6-9-2? That's what we're doing right now. I fucking love this.
I can pull it up.
I love this. This is.
I
love nerding out here,
Ying
man.
Twin structure. If anybody's familiar with their music.
3-6-9. Yeah, every time we see the 3-6-9, we always. James SEO is asking, do you like Ladd McConkey or Keon Coleman this year? Who do you think is going to have a better output?
I would take Ladd over Keon every day of the week. I'll address something Vaporware mentioned here. There was some betting drama on X this week. There was a bet that was made, and then Rashad Penny retired, and then the person said the bet was fake, and they weren't actually betting. How lame is that?
What was the bet?
$100 that Rashad Penny is active, and the over-under was 4 games. Like active on game day, 4 games.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the significance Rashad Penny has to anything we're fucking talking about. He's so insignificant. Let's talk about the 3-6-9. And I want to know, like, fuck Rashad Penny. Sorry, pardon my language, folks, but fuck Rashad Penny. Who the fuck cares about Rashad Penny? Sorry, I'm unhinged.
The best ball community does. Yeah. So this guy just tried to like lie and cheat his way out of the bet instead of just owning your bet and paying the $100 and moving on with your life. This guy tried to snake out of it. But yeah.
And who was he betting? Was he betting?
One of the other Spike Week guys.
Oh, just a Spike Week guy. Okay, I thought he was betting like every. Okay, if it's in your community, that makes sense. Like context is everything. Never mind. We care.
No, we don't. So the guy, after he got shamed and dragged through the streets on Twitter, finally paid up.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah. So I'm
speaking of drafters royalty. Sorry, Bernie. You got a shout out in the chat from somebody very special. Okay, a very special individual.
Oh, there we go. What's up, Dog?
Drafters royalty. You guys know when Updog comes here, we got to play something very special.
What's up?
What's up, dog? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, be Kurt to the moon for sure. We love be Kurt.
Yeah, so I probably should have took a running back last round.
Same.
I'm a little thin, feeling it just a touch. So I was probably going to end with a 2-7-9-2, which is a structure that I really feel fine with. I might end up in a 2-8-8-2. I don't like to do that with an early running back like I did for Devon Achane, but I might end up there.
Yeah, you really push the RB position. You should probably pick right now. Yeah, what's up, Blue Hames? How you doing? Holy shit, more drafters royalty. This is the guy that won the whole damn thing last. What's up, Dorito? Good. Nice to meet you. I've seen you in a couple of my drafts, and I'm not gonna lie. Like
fuck you, Ralph.
What did Ralph do? Taysom Hill? You want Taysom? Oh, Algier. I was like, who the fuck wants Taysom Hill?
So I have between 40 to 50% Algier on every single site.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I don't wish bad things on any player, but like if Bijan Robinson was like, you know what? I just really feel like taking a year off, I would not be sad.
Is this guy part of your Spike Week thing, community fam jam?
Yeah, Doritos hangs out with the crew.
Cool. Nice to meet you, Dorito. Thank you for popping by. You definitely must have subbed because you can't chat otherwise. And you got a lot of money. So if you look at the bottom there, we just got monetized. Feel free to leave $1 donation or 69. That works out too. I'm okay with that. Man, you got the money. Hey.
So fun fact about Dorito and Updog. Well, you're making a pick. Oh, snap pick Cole Kmet. Okay. Building that stack out. Nice for you. Yeah. They both number 1 and number 2 last year. Do you know which player they both had? There's a couple overlaps, but there's
Kyron,
one that sticks out in my mind.
One of them had Kyron, or both of them had Kyron. I think Evan Ingram was in one of those lineups as well. I know Dorito went with a 4 tight end build, which was very cool. We didn't
This
see a lot
player
of that.
that I want to highlight is a running back on both teams, not Kyron Williams. He
Leonard
might have
Fournette.
a number. Yes, Leonard Fournette.
Leonard Fournette, yeah.
Teams.
Yeah. I had him in a bunch of teams too, but I don't have the money to fucking say, hey, look at the bullet we dodged here.
All right. So I'm now working with A-Chain, Swift, Marshawn Lloyd, and Ray Davis. Got some work to do.
Yeah. My running back situation isn't much better than yours, but it's definitely better than yours. I'm good at tight end. I'm good at quarterback. I thought I was gonna, go with a 3 quarterback build, but I got 2 quarterbacks I'm very high on this year. So I'm okay with Caleb Williams and Trevor Lawrence here. I got a couple of, even though it's not big correlation, we got little micro stacks, so I'm okay with that. I like the wide receiver room a lot. I'm not worried about a wide receiver room. We got a lot of spike week freaks there. See how I'm using your lingo? Because you're
Spike week sickos is our lingo.
No, sickos are you guys. You guys are the sickos because you guys, the spike week freaks are the guys who put up a bunch of spike weeks, every year.
I'm not worried about Marshawn Lloyd and whatever Coach Speak Index said. I read the quotes today. It's all just speculation and hearsay. As soon as they once again realize AJ Dillon sucks ass, he'll be number 2 and ready to take number 1.
All right. So Updog says Uncle Lenny to the moon. Uncle Lenny to the moon. Dorito says playoff Lenny was there for moral support for the rest of the squad. I respect that, man. I respect that. And Updog also says glue guys are an important part of basketball squad. Heard. Stop giving false information, guys, because when you guys speak, everybody listens. You guys need to know that, right? Just help everybody get better, and you don't have to repeat. I know Updog's been up there a couple times. Dorito, how many top placements have you had? Or just hey, man, it's insane to be one of the best drafters on the planet. It's insane. Good for you guys. This is my first year on Drafters, man. I'm looking forward to this season. Glad I could jump in this tourney with everybody. Heck yeah, Bayou. Heck yeah. And it's good that, everybody's theories are going to be put to the test this year. I love it.
Well, that's the lovely thing about Drafters is it comes in such a way that you can take your dynasty brain, you can take your DFS brain, you can take your redraft brain, and you can apply it to drafters on your first year, and you can have a realistic shot. It's a translatable thing. There's a whole lot of, in playoff format best balls, there's some other layers where this game really comes down to a lot of it is one, the correlations and thing we talk about and being a little bit different than others. And we can do that in numerous ways. But at the end of the day, a lot of it is pick the best damn players. So if a Bayou Bengal comes in here and swings his meat around or whatever his catchphrase is and picks all the studs, he can ship 500K.
This is true. By the way, shout out to Broadster. He went ahead and he signed up for a month on Spike Week, guys. As I said, it's a great tool to utilize. It's a great way to get an advantage. They're giving you all the information, how you use it as a drafter, how you take that information and dissect that information and how you apply it is what makes you stand out from the rest of the drafters. We got drafters royalty up in here. We got B Kurt, we got Updog, we got Dorito. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. This is shout out to the sports affiliation. Shout out to my guy Sleazeball, up and comer. Look out for this name for sure, and look out for my guy Bayou Bang. Look out for this name. He's vowed to put robust RB on the map for drafters this year. If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be that guy. I don't like it personally, but
wait. Can you say that last little bit again?
Yeah, I don't like it personally. I wouldn't do it.
No, before that. We're putting robust RB back on the map.
If anybody's going to put robust RB, 3 RBs back on the map, it's this guy. But I personally don't like it. I can't do it.
Taking 3 and never again?
He's sometimes he's going 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. He's bold, but the teams he finishes off with, it looks okay. There's a world where it could work. There's a universe. And he
I don't know if I want to live
in
that world. This guy.
He doesn't do it all the time. but sometimes he likes to get weird and unique. I can't live in that world either, personally. But like, hey, the people who are bold, and they accomplish a lot. So like, if anybody's can do it, I think it's this guy. He's got the brain for it. 100%. He's got the brain for it.
So I'm getting really mad at Ralph. Ralph is taking a lot of the players I want. So I'll just say that. Unhappy with you, Ralph.
Who do you take?
Last turn, I thought I could get Bucky Irving and Audric Estime. He took Estime, so I had to go back to Eli Mitchell. I've been trying to lean off Eli Mitchell just a touch.
Yeah.
Because I have a metric ton already.
All right.
How many pounds is a metric ton? That's a saying we have in the United States, and I don't know.
I probably weigh that much. Is that what you're saying? Are you calling me? Are you calling me big?
Well, I know the United States of America, a ton is 2,000 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's a metric ton?
Do y'all use the word ton?
Yeah, we use the word ton here.
But you don't use pounds.
Yes, we do.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's new.
We use kilometers, not miles.
Yeah. I assume
we use liters,
kilos and stuff.
We use liters, not gallons, because we like things to be simple, right? Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying the imperial system is good. Let's just.
Quasi says 2,000 pounds. Thank you, Quasi, for clarifying. I want to ask you, B. Kurt, and I want to ask the rest of the chat. How do you guys
let me smash this Daniel Jones to 500,000?
We use kilograms more than pounds, not me, sir. Not me at all. And a buttload is 106 gallons of liquid. It's got to be the Dew, right? It's got to be Mountain Dew. No Cap Max says
I do have some Mountain Dew.
I love Mountain
That's
Dew.
what I'm sipping on.
I like it. No Cap Mac. B. Kurt, what do you think the most important things are to focus in order to win this style of tournament? Great question. No Cap Mac. Guys, keep your questions coming. If I miss it, please just remind me in the chat, okay?
So it's players that actually have the ability to spike and differentiate from the players at their position. You definitely need that at 3 positions of your team. You'll notice a lot of times I don't really care about it at running back because I do the hero and zeros really
just let the
heavily.
burp out, dude. Just let the burp out. Let it go.
No, we're good. But so when I do something, if I start my first running back with Chase Brown, like I understand those 8 running backs are probably not going to be the greatest, but I'm going to buy my time on those, and I'm going to win the quarterback. I'm going to win all 3 wide receivers. I'm going to win the flex with a wide receiver, and I'm going to win the tight end all the time. So you have to get players that spike and differentiate. And then the easiest thing for me is just don't build like everyone else. Like 3, 6, 8, 3. It's just not in. Ooh, you got some players in there. You got the Lions 6th string wide receiver, Khalif Raymond. Nice job. But so just like don't do what everyone else is doing. And that doesn't even mean like sacrifice and make bad picks or anything like that. But if you see every single person at the turn is going Marvin Harrison, Drake London, okay, maybe try Marvin Harrison and Nico Collins or whatever. If you think Nico Collins and Drake London are similar.
I think Nico Collins or Drake London above both of those schmees that you just mentioned. All right, Andrew ran with a dad joke. We need to stop exactly what we're doing, and we need to address this. I found a Guinness brewery in Dublin. Also, Methuselah. Methuselah is a 6-liter bottle. That wasn't a dad joke. I was anticipating a dad joke, man. And Neighbors. He's saying Broadster's saying Marvin Harrison and Neighbors. He's one of you guys. I swear he's one of you guys.
Yeah,
the fact that that's a combination you guys like. I like the theory and the ideology behind it, but like as a person who has a bunch of player takes, I don't love those players.
So man, wide receiver just got gross.
Yeah.
That doesn't always happen here. Usually I can at least like get 1 or 2 more guys I like, but they're pretty much all gone.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I had a funny joke. I don't know. We lost it.
Get your joke in. Get your joke.
I
in.
don't. We lost it. We lost it.
Oh man, figure it out. James SEO says, my thinking with QBs, if I draft non-rushing QBs, I like to draft Fields. Is that a correct move? Need that upside at QB? I personally think it's not a bad deal. I think it's good thinking. And if Madden's correct, that kick return upside.
So I set myself up here, James, that I was going Daniel Jones and Fields as my two quarterbacks.
And you're having a hard time about Khalif Raymond potentially in the 20th? And you're telling me, oh, Khalif Raymond, you take you take Jameson Williams over Ladd McConkey.
Yeah.
And you're giving me a hard time about Khalif Raymond in round 20?
Yeah, Khalif Raymond is
my God. Look at thyself. Jesus Christ.
All right. So I'm in a really
there's two pointing right back at you, sir.
I'm in a really tough spot here. We're going to go with a guy that I really like, mainly because of draft location and some other people in the Spike Week community really like them. Malik Washington.
I like him too.
I don't think Odell Beckham's going to do a whole lot, so he can get a lot of the third reps there.
I concur. So Fantasy Dog, he's big on Justin Fields and Cordero Patterson at the very end.
Okay, hold on one second.
Dorito, guys, you heard it here first. This is the guy who won first last year. He says, I have 30% Fields. Love that play this year. Question, Dorito, where are you from? Where are you from, sir? What state? What country?
Okay.
We're Canadian. We're from
Canadian. Let me finish the Daniel Jones Fields thing while we're talking. So those two quarterbacks are both potentially top 5 fantasy quarterbacks every week they start.
In this format.
Any fantasy football format.
True.
So here's the thing. Everyone thinks that neither of them are going to start 17 games, but it's not a 0% chance they do. Or maybe Daniel Jones rips off the first 8 or 9 games, and then Fields comes on the last 8 or 9 games or something. And you just have a top 5 quarterback all year round, and you paid round 16 and 18. And you just got QB5 on your team. And you got all these people, if you scroll up, taking Patrick Mahomes in the 5th round, who might be then QB6 or something like that. How much of a freaking advantage do you have?
Yeah.
And that's why I set up the stacks with Neighbors and Pickens so I could do it. You don't win this tournament by drafting scared.
I almost said something that would have gotten me canceled. I'm glad that I'm not that tired.
Oh, I do want to tell you the thing that I think is cancelable. You said earlier, I never got back around to it. You said you don't want to. You said you're not always playing for ceiling. Sometimes you're playing for floor or something.
No,
like
I said no. Do if you're gonna quote me, Bernie, quote me correctly.
Well,
sir.
I was gonna quote you a long time ago, not in the 20th freaking round.
It's okay. It's okay. We're here now, and you brought it up, so it's on you. Let's get at it. No, what I said was I'm not going to go for a guy who I consider a spike week freak. I like the ceiling play. I love the ceiling play, but I also love the ceiling play with consistency and upside and a clear path and avenue to, consistent spike weeks, right? Hence the ceiling play. I don't like just a spike week guy who's going to give me 2 weeks like a DJ Chark at the end of the season, right? I don't just want those guys earlier. I want guys with a little bit of a safer floor, but who also maintain that incredible ceiling as well.
All right. I need the chat to give me some light round wide receiver names.
Khalif Raymond. He's the wide receiver 6 for the Detroit.
Somebody already took Khalif Raymond earlier. I wouldn't have done it anyways.
Yeah. Mac Hollins.
I want people that haven't shown they're bad in the NFL.
Okay, listen. Let's be honest. Mac Hollins.
All right, Greg Dortch, I think, is already situation. Gone.
Nobody did well in that offense last year with Arthur Smith.
Dortch is gone. All right, what else do we got here, folks? I'm not taking Mason Tipton. Sorry, Quasi.
Okay.
Flournoy. I do draft some Flournoy. I could do that.
You were talking about the third. Dorito says Jalen Brooks. You were talking about the third wide receiver for Philadelphia. Stand on business.
Yeah, I haven't taken Jalen Brooks ever. That's the one right there. Not just because it was Dorito, but it does fit in with my Dak Prescott stack.
Oh. Perry's long gone, man. I blame Bayou Bengal for taking A.T. Perry and making his value go all the way up. Jalen Brooks, Flournoy, Atwell, Mac Updog says Mac Hollins hair is worth 20th round pick.
So I won a ton of money on Mac Hollins years ago, like when he was a rookie in DFS in the preseason 1 week, and I was like, this guy's gonna be great because I won like $30. No, he's fucking terrible.
All right, now question. You know what we do at the end of these streams, right? We usually look at the lineups, we give suggestions, we give advice. Do you have time to do that with these folks?
Yeah, let's do it. But I will be, if you want yours reviewed, or however we're just working left or right on this.
Yeah,
because I'm going to be spicy and give my honest opinion.
All right, so we'll, because like we got Quasi in here because Quasi's also drafted as royalty. Shout out to Quasi, aka the 2-time. And like it's crazy.
He got first and second in the same tournament.
I know. He said, "Y'all fight for third. Y'all fight for third. First and second's mine." Rumor has it he was drinking a vitamin water. I can't believe I drank a vitamin water this entire stream and didn't shout out Quasi for being the 2-time and drinking a vitamin water the entire time. Shout out to Quasi. I apologize, sir. Forgive me, Quasi. God bless you. Love you. You know you're one of my favorites. All right, let's start with Carl Ramrod. All right, he goes 2-6-9-3. Jordan Love, Matthew Stafford, Aaron Jones, Jerome Ford, Javonte Williams, Trey Benson, Rico Dowdle, Dylan Earlobe Laube, Puka Nacua, Nico Collins, Zay Flowers, hate that pick, Calvin Ridley, Jaden Reed, Adam Thielen, Jalen Tolbert, DJ Chuck, Johnny Wilson, Sam Laporta, he's a Laporta supporter, Colby Parkinson, and Zach Ertz. We give grades A to D, sometimes even an F. Talk to me. I think this is strong. Personally, I like it, but you're up.
I'm a B+.
Okay.
So structurally, I like it. I do like this. You could borderline debate whether this is a hero or a 0 RB team, depending on your definitions. The only reason I give it a B+ is because there are just a few guys I don't have strong player takes on that I actually despise.
Like?
Adam Thielen.
Okay.
Jalen Tolbert seems a bit rich.
Okay.
Where he went. And then like I can deal with Parkinson. He's not in my player pool, but I get it. But if you're going Laporta and Parkinson, like what really does Zach Ertz do for you? Draft a high upside late tight end. Dolchich, Theo Johnson, Jawan Johnson. Like I know it's like the last round pick and it was getting pretty scarce, but just a couple too many olds for me for Carl.
Okay. Olds, not dead.
All right. So I gave Zach Ertz is about dead.
Yeah. Okay.
So I gave B+. What do you give him?
I look at this lineup. Personally, I like the structure. I like everything he did here. The only thing that I disagree with is Zay Flowers, right? I feel like
Zay Flowers is a beast.
Zay Flowers is not a beast. Zay Flowers' numbers are completely inflated because Mark Andrews missed time. When Mark Andrews was playing, Zay Flowers averaged almost 11 fantasy points per game, PPR format here on Drafters Fantasy. When Mark Andrews was out, it went up to 17.4 fantasy points per game, sir. And his numbers are inflated because of Mark Andrews being gone.
It couldn't have been anything to do with he got better.
He's going to be the third, fourth option on that offense. And at his current price point with a bunch of talent around there, I like a lot of players way more than I like him in terms of my personal tier rankings and, my rankings. I don't like him. I don't like him at all where he's going. Yes, I think he's a good player. Situationally, I think he's in a decent situation being, a wide receiver one. But where he's going right now in drafts, if his value doesn't fall, I don't want it. I want nothing to do with it. He's not a player I believe in at the current value that he's being drafted in.
Okay, let's move on.
There you
Just wanted to
go.
give
Zay Flowers, I'm
letter.
passionate about hitting.
You
Okay.
still never gave your letter.
Yeah, Kismet, 420. My letter is a B, just a straight up B.
Okay.
I like everything he did there. The roster construction is great. I just hate particular players that he took.
Sure.
2693. Kismet goes Kyler Murray, Kirk Cousins, Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, Devin Singletary, Jalen Wright, Will Shipley, Jawar Jordan. There's your guy, Jawar Jordan. Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Deontay Johnson, Cortland Sutton, Romeo Dobbs, Darnell Mooney, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jalen McMillan, Zay Jones, tight end. He goes Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, Hayden Hurst.
Yeah, I don't fuck with this one. C minus.
Why?
Well, we didn't stack Kyler. 1. We cucked ourselves at tight end. 2. We cucked ourselves not only at tight end, but with our RB1 for Baltimore touchdowns. So unless you think it's the 2013 Denver Broncos, you're really fucked. C minus.
Cucked ourselves at tight end. I haven't heard that one before, but I'm definitely going to use it moving forward. I like that one. That's a good one.
I'm sure this person's a great person. It's not for me. But that's just the cool thing about best ball is even though I can say it's not for me, that doesn't mean it can't win.
Yeah, true.
I just would never draft it. That's why it's C minus, not an F. Because it's totally fine in live, probably. I mean, I'm not a super big fan, but like it's cool, I guess, if you're into cucking yourself all over the place.
I mean, I don't hate it. I personally like the balance he has everywhere. He is strong everywhere. He has elite upside everywhere. I can see a world where either Kyler or Kirk Cousins finish every week as a top 5 quarterback. I can see at least 2 of his running backs finishing on a week-to-week basis as a top 5 RB. I could see any of these 3 wide receivers finishing as a top 5, 10.
I'm sorry, which 3 wide receivers could finish top? Whatever.
Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Romeo Dobbs. I'm skipping on Cortland Sutton.
I was going to say, I hope you were going to say Deontay Johnson.
No, I'm not there.
Bryce will not be seeing him.
Romeo Dobbs, maybe Darnell Mooney. I mean, it's a little bit of a stack. Okay, so I like Garrett Wilson and Drake London and Romeo Dobbs a lot here. But, like, there's going to be weeks where Deontay Johnson does really well, and maybe Cortland Sutton and maybe Darnell Mooney. Like, there's a world where this hits. I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. I like it a lot. I'm giving this a solid B as well. Okay, so we have this rule, right? If you're, shout out to Drafters Fantasy. Hello, Drafters. Hello.
Hi,
thank you for stopping by. Hello.
Thanks for the high roller today.
We love your app. It's a great app. Did you see Dorito and Updog are all here and Quasi's here and, the whole fam jam's here. Yeah, man. Quasi says Drafters Fantasy in the house. Andrew N says hi, Drafters. Hello, Drafters. All right. So the rule with Quasi is we just look at his lineup. We're like, yeah, this is why you went first and second in one of these tournaments. We don't grade it. Just out of respect.
Another 2693. This is 3 in a row. All right, let's see.
2693. He goes CJ Stroud, Tua Tagovailoa, Bijan Robinson, Raheem Mostert, Brian Robinson, Ezekiel Elliott, Kamani Vidal, Michael Carter. Wide receiver, he goes Jalen Waddle, DJ Moore, Tank Dell, Chris Godwin, Christian Watson, Rashid Shaheed, Rondell Moore, Odell Beckham Jr., Josh Reynolds, tight end. He goes Hunter Henry, Noah Fant, and Jonathan Smith. It's strong stuff as per usual.
Yeah. So Quasi, I really like what they did there here. Looks like they ran into the same problem I did where this room just took all the sleeper tight ends, or excuse me, sleeper wide receivers, which, I mean, it's a shout out to the intelligence of this group of humans.
Yeah.
But usually you can get some wide receivers late you like, and that's why I didn't mind the build, but looked like he got pretty stuck at wide receiver just like I did.
Well, I think, up until Shaheed, it looks absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like if you swapped out Moore, Beckham with Reynolds, and like one of those is Javon Baker One of them's Andre Iosevich. I've never said it out loud before. Yoshi. So like if you had Javon Baker and Yoshi on there and not two of those guys, like you'd feel like you just won the goddamn tournament with this team.
Quasi just gave permission to grade. Out of respect, Quasi, I would never, sir.
I'm giving him a B plus.
I got too much respect for you goats. Yeah, great draft. That's why you are who you are. All right, let's look at your boy Ralph Wiggums.
Another 2693. Okay, great.
Shocker. 2693. He goes Jalen Hurts, Derek Carr. He's been sniping you all day. So like we get to look at all the players you wanted that he took. Christian McCaffrey, James Conner, Gus Bus, Tyler Algier, Audric Estime, Kenneth Gainwell, Chris Olave, Devonta Smith, Rashee Rice, Ladd McConkey. He's one of your guys?
Oh, yeah.
Joshua Ralph. There's a significant drop-off here at wide receiver, but I like the wide receivers. Jahan Dotson, I think, has good upside. Marvin Mims, Greg Dortch, A.T. Perry, David Njoku, Taysom Hill, Jawan Johnson. So he cucked the tight end room.
But I mean,
hey, if you're gonna keep that energy with my fucking guys, we're gonna bring that energy to your fucking guys. All right.
Well, Taysom Hill is a little bit of a unique player.
Get your man. If it's anything above a C plus, we got a problem, sir.
Oh, this is definitely above a C plus. I'm giving this a B plus.
Oh my god, the favorite.
The one thing I can't do is Gus Edwards.
Gus Bus?
Yeah, if we didn't have Gus and we swapped that out for somebody else in that range, and then maybe we swapped out Taysom for a different tight end, we might be looking at my first A here.
Yeah, no.
But those are just player takes, and we're all going to be wrong about player takes sometimes.
Yeah,
I do love the structure.
You just said you fucking hate cucking the tight end. And he cut the fuck out of his tight end right here.
No, I'm talking about the structure. I remove every single player off of it for that comment. When I say
Dorito says Taysom becomes a QB, then it's a stack instead of a cuck. Heard. You guys just making excuses for you guys. I respect it. D minus, fucker. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's look at MVP Jug. He goes 2, 5, 10, 3. A different roster construction. I like it.
Hey, but like I made fun of this person's team earlier because of how RB heavy they started. They did something here structurally that says, hey, I started with a lot of RBs. Those guys need to be successful. I need to draft 10 wide receivers. So there was intelligent thought that went on here.
Facts. And this is only his 7th draft. So he's Max is join out, man, because you're a good drafter. I've drafted with you a couple times. Love your builds. He goes Anthony Richardson, Deshaun Watson, Breece Hall, Saquon Barkley. There's your guy, Saquon. Joe Mixon, who I'm out on, Ramondre Stevenson, and Keaton Mitchell. Wide receiver, he goes Michael Pittman, Christian Kirk, Brandon Cooks, Jerry Jeudy, Xavier Legette, Quentin Johnson, Ricky Pearsall, Troy Franklin, Javon Baker, Van Jefferson. Tight end, he goes Brock Bowers, Pat Freiermuth, Greg Dulcich. I don't like it.
Okay, scroll back down real quick. Okay, so there was a couple things that happened here that lost it for me. So I do love the quarterback stacking. I do love that we went to Anthony Richardson when we were getting thin elsewhere. We needed to stay with 2 just in case he had a just monster season. We got the Deshaun Watson stack. I don't like Deshaun personally, but like you got a stack. It's great. We don't draft quarterbacks unstacked where I'm from unless it's Justin Fields. We got some high upside wide receivers, but then we added a couple shitball wide receivers in Quentin Johnson and Van Jefferson. Like the other guys, you could sell me on quite a bit. You're not going to catch me taking QJ or Van Jefferson. Both should probably not be drafted. And then that third tight end, I would put at wide receiver.
I don't think you needed Joe Mixon. I'm okay with the robust RB build here. I'm like, fine. If that's the world you're going to go with, that's fine. No need for Joe Mixon. No need for Ramondre. That is incredible draft capital that you could be putting in the wide receiver position. You already invested that draft capital in running backs, you need to pivot to wide receiver at some point and invest in that position. That is a significant teardrop for me personally here. And then like Anthony Richardson, great pick. So if you're going to go robust RB, Anthony Richardson, you need to smash the wide receiver value as much as you possibly can. It's not your best stuff. But once again, guys, like our opinion aren't fact. Like there's a world where this could smash. Like Jerry Jeudy could be one of the best picks in fantasy football. Xavier Legette could be the next Deebo Samuel. There's a world where that's possible. I just don't foresee it. But I mean, hey, like you got to be bold, right? All right, luck is made. Yeah, he goes 2-6-8-4. I like it. Josh,
those 4 better be goddamn late.
Josh Allen, Jared Goff. Didn't Dorito have Evan Ingram in his 4?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he did. Josh Jacobs, Rashad White, Zach Charbonnet, Jaleel McLaughlin, Antonio Gibson, Braylon Allen. Wide receiver, he goes Amon-Ra, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf, Curtis Samuel, DeAndre Hopkins. I love your wide receivers. Khalil Shakir, a lot of correlation with Josh Allen, with Samuel and Hopkins, and I like that. Luke McCaffrey, I like him too. Juan Jennings could have been the Super Bowl MVP if they won. He went Dallas Goedert, TJ Hawkinson, Tyler Conklin, and more correlation with Dawson Knox down there. I think this is a great draft. I just hate the running backs, but there's a world where these running backs can hit. I like Jacobs. I like White.
Drafted 2 early running backs. I thought you were early running back, bro.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. What? I'm a hero RB, bro. Not a too early RB, bro. I'm a hero RB,
bro. This one's not for me.
Higbee, Taysom, Ferguson, Otton. No Ingram. My bad. Sorry, I should have put some respect on your name there, dog.
Yeah. C minus? You want me to go lower?
Out of all the drafts we've looked at so far, this is my favorite one.
Oh, okay. We are in dramatically different spots then.
That's okay. This is my favorite one out of all of them. The only place, like I'm giving this a B+, the only place I would improve is a running back position. But I think there's a world, like, God forbid anything happens to Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet is a smash. Jaleel McLaughlin could be the guy, or it could be none of them in Denver. They all suck. Antonio Gibson, PPR format, he could have a couple of weeks where he outscores Ramondre. Braylon Allen, I personally think, God forbid anything happens to Breece Hall, he's the best handcuff in football. There's a world where, he can get 2 running backs on a week-to-week basis. I think he smashed at the quarterback position. He absolutely smashed at the wide receiver position. And there's a world where, Dawson Knox is not irrelevant. Dawson Knox still has, as much upside as.
So what does Tyler Conklin do for this team then?
Not a damn thing. I hate Tyler Conklin. That's why I gave him a B+ and not an A-. That's a B+ for me. Look at this. Now that's a tight end room. Yeah. But I mean, like, let's be honest. What did Higbee and Otton do for Dorito last year?
Otton had a couple good games.
No,
I think 15 and 16. Yeah.
Otton sucks. Camel dick. Did he really?
I think that's what I'll look it up while you're.
Man.
There's 2 Otton games I'm thinking of.
All right, Snowman 089 goes 2-7-8-3. He goes Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield. He goes Isaiah Pacheco, Tony Pollard, Chase Brown, Blake Corum, Chuba, Roshan Johnson, Deneric Prince. Wide receiver, he goes Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, Hollywood Brown, Roma Dunze, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Josh Downs, Demarcus Robinson, Treylon Burks. Tight end, he goes Luke Musgrave, Kate Otton, Theo Johnson. Talk to me.
So the Otton games were in the playoffs, not the regular season that I was thinking of. Okay, so I wasn't listening to you because I was looking that up. All right,
let me Snowman 289. Do you have it, or do you want me to go over it?
Oh, I'm looking at it on your screen here.
Okay, Mahomes, Mayfield, Pacheco, Pollard, Chase, Corum, Chuba, Roshan.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good here.
He cucked his running back.
Going. What is Demarcus Rob? Oh, you lost me at Demarcus Robinson and Treylon Burks.
Luke Musgrave, Kate Otton, Theo Johnson.
No, I don't mean like I can't see it, but like I was gonna give potentially the best grade I had given out, and then there was Demarcus Robinson and Treylon Burks.
Quack, quack, quack. Okay, Drafters wants a giveaway. All right, Drafters, how many times should I put you guys in tonight's giveaway? Just question. How many times should I put you guys in the giveaway tonight? All right, guys, we're doing a duck race. So let's go. Hashtag. Okay, guys, to enter the giveaway, we're giving away a ticket, right? Hashtag max out like this, because the goal is to max this fucking tournament out. Hashtag max out. Spam that in the chat, babe, wife. Keep track of that. Send me an email with everybody. Hashtag max out to enter our giveaway. Let's go. Drafter said quack, quack, quack. So we're gonna fucking do it, man. Let's go.
Mother Duck said quack, quack, quack too. That's a bedtime story I read sometimes.
Yeah. So what do you grade the lineup, Bernie?
Yeah, so I really, really wanted to give it an A, but then there's just these two things that drive me fucking nuts.
Okay, talk to me.
So this is the closest to getting an A so far. I think I might have I was close to giving Ralph an A minus. The Deneric Prince pick, I don't mind Deneric Prince right now whatsoever, but don't do it with Pacheco.
Yeah.
And then Demarcus Robinson, like that was before all the good sleeper wide receivers went off the board. I would have took the good sleeper wide receiver over him.
Okay. So what's the grade?
B.
B?
You're so close to an A, and then we fumbled the bag in the last 4 rounds.
I'm giving it a B minus because,
5 rounds.
like, other than Musgrave, actually, no, I love Theo Johnson. Yeah, this is a B plus for me. I like it a lot, man. It's good. It's really good. Go work, buddy. Strong stuff as always, man.
Can you pull that message up? That's hilarious.
Yes. Doritos sitting on 300 bands should sponsor the free. I know, right? I told them to donate $1 because we're monetized. I said $1.
Whoa.
He's like,
you don't need to tell people how to spend their money.
He's like, nah, I don't know you, fam. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem.
All right, let's go through the last couple of these.
We got Brought.
Yeah.
We got AP. We got mine and yours. Okay, so Brought goes 3-5-10-2. Lamar Jackson, Geno Smith, Will Levi. Okay,
can't do it.
Yeah, okay. I know
Continue.
you can. Kyron Williams, I know exactly what you're going to say, and I feel the same way. Kenneth Walker, Zach Moss, Austin Eckler, Nick Chubb, Jamar Chase, Deebo Samuel, Amari Cooper, Jordan Addison, Jacoby Myers, Rashad Bateman, Devontae Walker, Andre Yoshavash, Khalif Raymond, Ray McLeod, tight end Evan Ingram, Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, we kind of all got screwed. There's another one that got screwed by the lack of wide receivers in this smart thinking room.
Dude, I'm kidding. You didn't have to do that, buddy. You did not have to do that. You did not have to do that.
So
I was totally kidding.
For me, Will Levis. Well, so we didn't stack Geno either. No,
doesn't appear so.
So Will Levis and Geno, I would have probably punted that to Sam Darnold.
Sorry. Sam Darnold, yes.
Yep, I'm punting those two lovely quarterbacks to Sam Darnold. Or I'm figuring out a different way to get a stack on this. Maybe it doesn't look like we were playing for stacks with our quarterbacks. Like, we knew we weren't going to stack Geno unless they're trying to play a backdoor Fant, which isn't likely what they were trying to do because they were probably done at tight end.
He said, I couldn't unless I grabbed Bobo, and it was 40 picks past ADP.
So I'm just playing something out. I'm playing into a Drake May stack, or I'm playing into the Sam Darnold or JJ McCarthy thing. I'm just not leaving here with 2 unstacked quarterbacks, especially guys that aren't capable of being a top 5 quarterback.
I mean, he could have also went with Jameis Winston because I think Deshaun Watson sucks, and he could have potentially got a great stack with Amari Cooper down the road, in that world.
All right, let's get a couple more folks put Max out in the chat. All right, Brat is about to max this out. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, congratulations, Brat. It's definitely a lot of time invested. AP goes 2-6-10-2. It goes Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. Jonathan Taylor, David Montgomery, Tajay Spears, Ty Chandler, Tank Bigsby, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I like the CEH pick. Wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, Brandon Ayuk, T. Higgins, Xavier Worthy, Gabe Davis, Jermaine Burton, Pop Douglas, Roman Wilson, Darius Slayton, Noah Brown. He goes with a nice bully tight end start with Dalton Kincaid and Jake Ferguson. How do you rate it?
See, there's so much I like about it, but I don't get what we did with Justin Herbert here again.
You thought it was too early for Justin Herbert?
Justin Herbert just doesn't make sense on this team.
Yeah, he is unstacked, not correlated.
Play into May, play into Fields, play into. There was somebody else down there that he could have stacked it. He could have went dimes into Slayton.
You're definitely giving me something to consider, right? Because I think,
so let's say Justin Herbert throws 30 touchdowns.
Yeah.
The market maybe it's 35 touchdowns based on how he's priced is a really nice jump. And he ends up being a top 8 quarterback this year in points or spike score or whatever it is. Great, cool. You didn't capitalize with them with the tight end that caught 10. You didn't get a wide receiver that caught 10. Like, it's fine if he over exceeds, but you want to have quarterback stacks. So when that offense exceeds, it amplifies and you get multiple players that are all over exceeding expectations together. So like how last year, a lot of the good teams had Dak, but one of the really cool things about it is they had Jake Ferguson, and those two amplified each other to move people up the board.
Your first A- Herbert could be. You were in this draft? Wait, you were in this draft?
No, I think Fantasy Dog is grading people with us.
Oh, okay. My bad. Sorry. I was like, wait, where? My bad. I think that's very sound advice.
Like, if Herbert was something else, I'm with you.
Yeah. All right. Let's look at your lineup, then we'll look at my lineup.
What about the Snowman? Did we look at the Snowman?
Yeah, we looked at Snowman's.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was the. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm going to give myself a B+. Just tossing it out there. I don't think
2792. It's my turn to judge you. Then you can be mean to me. Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones, Devon Achane, DeAndre Swift, Marshawn Lloyd, Ray Davis, Bucky Irving, Elijah Mitchell, Damian Pierce. Wide receiver, probably really good. CeeDee Lamb, Malik Neighbors, George Pickens, Jameson Williams, Dontavian Wicks, Jalen Polk, Malik Washington, Bo Melton, Jalen Brooks. Tight end, Trey McBride, George Kittle. I don't see any flaws. I really don't. Ray Davis, should he be what they brought him in to be, he has that touchdown upside. You're buying into the coach speak with Marshawn Lloyd. I mean, maybe that, injury or Jacobs missing time with the quad could be significant, and Marshawn Lloyd could be a smash. Bucky Irving, if anything happens to Rachaad White, there's an avenue. Elijah Mitchell looks like he's the better handcuff than Garendo. Damian Pierce is probably going to move somewhere because, Cam Akers looked really good. But once again, it's the preseason. Your tight ends, you went with a nice bully tight end approach here. I love your tight end. This is a strong draft. I can't.
Grade it, damn it.
This is an A.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I think it's a B+. My biggest thing is, so I saw the wide receivers going, and you could feel the wide receivers were all getting pulled up. And I wanted a quarterback option with me being so far on the left side of the board. I wanted another quarterback option, a quarterback out in case it didn't go Fields route or whatever. So I played Polk into May. I actually wish Polk was a running back, and then maybe my Bucky Irving slot of 167 was a wide receiver.
Who would you have taken instead of Polk?
Any of those next 3 guys that went are fine. Corum, Eckler, Charbonnet.
Okay.
So if I swapped one of those guys into Polk, and then I took go back to the letter view real quick. And then maybe I'm taking I don't know. Jermaine Burton, Michael Wilson, Wandale, McMillan, any of those guys instead of Irving.
Okay. All right, my turn. We're up.
Yeah.
All right, so I go 2792, Caleb Williams, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Zamir White, Jonathan Brooks, J.K. Dobbins, Khalil Herbert, Tyrone Tracy, Justice Hill, wide receiver A.J. Brown, Cooper Kupp, Keenan Allen, Keon Coleman, Brian Thomas Jr., Tyler Lockett, Jalen Hyde, Kadarius Toney, Jonathan Mingo, tight end, Travis Kelce, and Cole Kmet.
Give it a B plus.
Thank you. Carl Ramrod says you needed a third running back start, in my opinion. Why B plus?
No. So
Why
I
not an
do.
A?
Well, I do like that you did team stack. So we went beyond just quarterback stacks. We went to full on team stacks. We're both quarterbacks, putting the running backs in there. So that's cool.
Oh, I didn't even notice Khalil Herbert. It was on
Yeah.
the verse. I just needed a running back there.
I think your running back room, even though you took guys sooner than me, is actually thinner than mine.
Really? You
I
think?
think your running back room is thinner than mine. And that's saying something because I do, to Carl Ramrod's point, I play my running back rooms pretty thin.
Really? Okay, Tyrone Tracy, Khalil
Oh,
Herbert,
and Jonathan Mingo, it's terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
So Mingo took you down just himself.
yeah. Well, I mean, like Kadarius Toney's also there. Like you said, the wide receiver value.
I was going to give you that
I get flyers on.
You could have took Jalen Naylor. Nobody did.
Why would I?
He's better than Tony and Mingo.
I agree to disagree, sir. Definitely agree to disagree. All right, guys. Time for duck race. Let me get it sorted. Let me pull it up. You talk to the folks about whatever you're working on, whatever Spike Week's working on, anything that you should advise them for drafters and all that good stuff.
So head over to spikeweek.com, buy our tools package. It has the Draft IQ tool you saw there. It also has a overlay so you can see all of your exposures, player combinations. It'll even highlight all your stacking partners for you. It's $40 a month. We have a month left. If you're playing this tournament, you're spending real money on fantasy. Go spend the $40 so you're informed doing it. Also, I did just make a merch store. So if you go out and you just like Google Spike Week merchandise, well, I guess I updated it, but we have a whole bunch of cool t-shirts and mugs and iPhone cases and all kinds of stuff. If you Google Spike Week merchandise, that was my last big thing I've done for the team.
I love it. I love it. Okay. We got the duck race sorted, guys. You guys know the rules. 69 seconds. At Jerry plus 1,000 plus drafts on the site. Who's Jerry?
I don't know. So I've never seen this duck race thing. I'm pretty excited.
Oh, Jerry says, what do the Blue Stars mean when you look at the other drafters that you went against? Over 1,000. Okay, that makes sense. That's
so
cool.
Usually when I listen in, I'm walking my dog. So I don't get to actually see things.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited.
I bet. Am I missing anybody? I got AP, Broadster, Sleaze, Snowman 089, Jack Senzen, Jerry Bagshaw, Fantasy Dog, Up Dog, James SEO, Quasi, Carl Ramrod, Vapor Rail, Ware, Ale, Hot Take City. We'll also add Dorito because I want him to get his money back. I didn't want his fucking money. Anybody else? Am I missing anybody? Put me in there. No Cap Mac. I got you, brother.
Well, we're getting this put up. Drafters launched the high roller today. 444 entries, $250 a pop, 14 max, I believe it is. 25K to first.
Yeah. My goal is to enter one lineup.
I think that's where I'm at too. I might get more than that, but I have a certain amount of dollars deposited on the site, and I think it'll allow me to get one. Well, maybe we'll see if we get 2 or 3 in there.
Chef, you're in there. Okay, drafters, how many times are we adding your name in here? Drafters, I need to know how many times you want your name in here for the old giveaway. So Snowman 089 is in here. So, like, we need to even the odds. Bad guys, you want in? Okay, bad guys is in. 3 times. All right, cool. So, we'll go drafters. Sorry, I know it's very painful watching me type. Drafters, and then we'll go one more here. And if Drafters wins, they vowed to do something incredible for the Sleazeball. You're in here. I already got you, Sleaze. You're right here, Sleaze.
All right, let's run this race, baby.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure everybody has an opportunity. So Drafters vowed if they win, if one of their names win, they're going to do something for the community. So we're going to, you guys know the rules. Get to quacking. Let's go. 5 quacks. 2, 3. Quack it up. Congratulations, Drafters. No Quack Mac has been put in a pond. Let's go, Drafters. Take me out. AP. Yeah, there we go. We got the quackers. All right, you mother quackers, on your marks. Get set.
Okay, so fill me in what's going on here.
So essentially, whoever wins the race, whoever finishes at the finish line, gets the ticket sent to them. We've been doing the duck race because we thought it was the best way to give Snowman 089 not the opportunity to win, and he keeps crushing and dominating it, right?
So how do you win the duck race? Is it just pure randomness, or are they doing something?
It's just another randomizer. It's like it's just a funner way, right?
Oh, look at this drafters duck that's just like a clown coming up the middle, huh?
So here's the trick, right?
Hit the A gap.
Especially in the duck races, you want to be like right at the back end of the screen, not at the front. If you start too early, your afterburners are already spent. Like, when Vin Diesel goes, you used it too soon, you used your nozzle too soon. That's what's happening, right?
Sorry, that's not Vin Diesel.
It's something like that. Anyways, let's see who wins. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations to my guy AP. All right. Now, very important information, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. My guy Bayou Bengal is live right now. So head over there to Bayou Stream and go Disco Raid, #Disco Raid, and Bayou Bengal stream right now. I'm telling you, it's the best raid scene, period. All right, guys. See you guys on Monday. God bless you. Have another wonderful weekend. Get your drafts in. Remember, get your drafts in. Dorito says, damn, I never win anything. Go say hi to Bayou Bengal. Go say hi to Bayou Bengal. You're going to love the raid scene. Just put #Disco Raid. All right, guys? God bless you guys. Until next time, peace.